Cents Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the rise of Citadel. What I want y'all to understand real quick is Citadel has not been around that long, okay? They've only been around, if I had to guess, I'd say 25 years that they've been in operation in the market, all right? 25 years. And they have brought giants to their knees, like Citadel has done. I'm going to explain that to you in very simple terms tonight, how their algorithms work, okay? And I'll first bring your attention to chess.com, where you can choose what level you want to play on the chessboard. You could be easy, you could be medium, you can go all the way up to challenge, where the computer is going to whoop your ass no matter what, because it's thinking 25 moves ahead and the average person can only think 2 or 3. So you're destined to lose the game, okay? That's so important to understand, people. If you go head to head against this algorithm on chess.com, on its highest level, you're gonna lose. Why? Because it's an algorithm that tells it to think on its highest level, which could be upwards to 100 moves ahead, okay? But every now and then, you get a roaring kitty that breaks through the algorithm, all right? But remember one thing. We'll talk about it at a later date. The algorithm always wins. The algorithm always wins. Let's look at it this way. The white pieces on the board represent retail, okay? And above us, our enemy that we are playing the game against is an algorithm. And the name of the algorithm is the Aladdin algorithm. I'm going to show you the clip in just a second. But this is about Citadel now, because now Citadel's moved in just 37 years and taken over the market. I'm going to show you he used his algorithm. And me and Donahue was talking yesterday, and Donahue said, well, how do you think it ends, CSI? And I said, I don't have to think how it ends. I know how it ends. All you have to do is look to the past, and you will see that if you take these actions, this is going to be the result. BlackRock already took over Wall Street with their algorithm, and there was a result. And then you can bet the same thing's going to happen with King Griffin and his algorithm. You're going to understand in just a few moments. But let's hear the rise of BlackRock's algorithm, and I'm going to interject whenever it's important and tell you something that you really needed to pay attention to and probably missed.
What if I told you there is a robot that controls more wealth than any country on earth? A robot so powerful that in the last 10 years, it has quietly created the biggest company in the world. This is the story of a robot called Aladdin. It's Wall Street's best kept secret. This one robot directs the actions of the US Federal Reserve, almost every major bank and investment fund on Wall Street, and over 17,000 traders. It controls half of all ETFs, 17% of the bond market, 10% of the global stock market, and carries out 250,000 trades every day and billions of forecasts every week. Every major bank, company, and investment fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful AI and algorithms to beat the market. And if they didn't, they've collapsed and failed in Aladdin's wake.
Everything. That man said a whole lot right there, people. We have to stop right here and we have to evaluate what he said. Listen, every major bank during this time, company and investment fund came to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful algo to beat the markets. Now, again, who's the markets? Well, shout out to Donahue George. It's retail investors, it's funds, and it's institutions that follow the law. That's who the market is, and the algorithm is programmed to defeat us. And like I told y'all in the beginning, there's no way to beat the algo. But let's talk about the statement about how every major bank, company, and investment fund relied on Aladdin, okay? It was so successful in finding deals in the market like arbitrages and scalps and everything else that it became infamous, and Larry Fink began to sell access to Aladdin. And whatever hedge fund used it, they basically won because the Aladdin algorithm would tell them what stocks to buy and sell. And if you was not in the circle, if you did not use the Aladdin AI program, then what happened? They crashed your business. Listen to the clip again, and you're going to see them holding up a sign about Lehman Brothers. And they're telling you why Lehman Brothers fell. They refused to use the Aladdin program. Listen again.
Every major bank, company, and investment fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful AI and algorithms to beat the market. And if they didn't, they've collapsed and failed in Aladdin's wake.
Did you hear that? If they didn't use Aladdin, they collapsed and failed. Lehman Brothers was one example where they refused to use the Aladdin program, and what happened? They crushed them, okay, and put them out of existence.
Aladdin was getting so intelligent at picking losers and winners that Larry began selling access to its data to other Wall Street firms.
Now that's very important. Listen again. It's going to tell us BlackRock sold data, all right? They let people have access to the data that was in Aladdin, and if they didn't use that information, then basically BlackRock crushed you and put you out of existence because you didn't want to play ball. Now, let's talk about Citadel and the rise of Citadel. Where BlackRock sold data, all right, King Griffin and Citadel sold speed. And speed is really the most important thing, because whether you got good data, bad data, don't matter data, you still need your order to get to the market, and the fastest way to get it there is through Citadel or a market maker. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you remember this slide where I showed you that the payment for order flow brokers would send their order flow to King Griffin because he would satellite feed their order to the New York Stock Exchange and get a best execution for them. Then the non-payment for order flow people would come in behind him and they would get the scraps, and the price might have moved up to 325 by the time Fidelity or Charles Schwab wanted to get their order filled. But then Fidelity and Charles Schwab come up with an idea that says we will give King Griffin our order flow if he does our order flow first and gets us the best execution, and then do the payment for order flow brokerage order flows.
Everyone else I've talked to in this industry says when you pay for order flow, you get when your broker is being paid for order flow, you get a worse execution.
Now, remember when you've heard it said before that King Griffin and Citadel move about 25 to 30% of the trades on the market, all right? And then if you divide it up, what does Virtue handle and what does the other market makers handle? All right, basically, they control all the volume going into the exchanges, and now their algorithms have to deal with what exchanges do we send all the volume to where we don't move the price. So if the market makers get the volume, the algorithm distributes the volume to all the exchanges, and the algorithm cannot lose, then how will this end? It's very simple. Same way it ended in 2008. Aladdin, BlackRock's algorithm, had gotten so big and so powerful, but it was making the wrong decisions, and it put the financial world in a crunch. And it's the same thing that's happened again with King Griffin using his algorithm. They have put this financial market in such a position to where we could possibly not recover for a long time from all of their market manipulation and shit, all right? So what's after that then, CSI? Just like they did with BlackRock, When the shit hit the fan, the government called BlackRock and they said, can your program fix this? And he told them yes. And Aladdin began to sell off all the different assets to make the crash as easy as possible, okay? So looking forward at King Griffin or the market makers, what do we see? Same thing. They're going to call on the market makers, i.e. King Griffin most likely, to fix the problem that they have right now. Because it's his algorithm that can distribute the volume evenly enough for sell-offs and shit to where it'll make the coming crash a little bit easier. So they're fixing to turn to King Griffin just like they turned to Larry Fink in 2008 to fix this problem that they created. So with that, hope you learned a little something. Be blessed. See you in the next video.